Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. And so I'm gonna, go out on the limb and think that if you didn't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta already, it was a season finale. And it starts off with Nene and Marlo. And Nene is at her store, so she's promoting. I said, good. Marlo's there showing some love, some support. Here's the problem. Nene is upset. Nene is upset because she is not a fan of how Cynthia, in her mind, she feels like Cynthia is playing both sides. And when I say both sides, Cynthia is friends with Kenya. Kenya and Nene have always had a back and forth. Kenya was always someone that would go and speak her mind with regards to whatever is going on with Nene. And of course, because it wasn't for the betterment of Nene, Nene does not like Kenya. Let's just call it completely what it is. Kenya did play games. She played a lot of games in the past. So I'm not saying that there's no reason why Nene wouldn't feel a certain way about Kenya. But let's not just act like it's fair how Nene expected certain things from Cynthia. Cynthia is meeting up with Candy because she has this new peach drink with Seagrams, and that's an alcohol brand. And so she's gonna have this big launch party, this big launch event. Candy and Cynthia are talking because guess who Cynthia wants to bring to her event? She wants to bring Kenya. She wants to bring Kenya, but Kenya's not sure if she wants to come. Candy is going to do her best to, have her come along. They all are aware that Kenya and Nene, even recently, were having little spats back and forth. And so Nene, being sarcastic, was saying certain things. And so they actually spent a lot of time talking about something that I did not care about. I was looking at the episode like, really? We're going to spend this much time on... No. Eva, she's moving. We know that she's moving, and she's with her husband, Mike. They're there at her condo with the baby and her daughter. Here's the thing. Eva's place looks lived in. I said, okay, she's actually staying there. She doesn't own it. Who cares? But she's staying there. We get it. When we get it, the inconsistency of, is it because of X, Y, or Z? It can be because of all three. And what I'm trying to say is, I know the show is trying to paint a picture of, she was saying she moves a lot because of safety. She's saying that she moved a lot. It doesn't matter. Mike is just saying he's glad that she didn't just completely go and essentially be run off by the women talking about her. And yeah, it was important. It was important that she, to a certain degree, stood her ground. I'm just tired of that storyline too. And I feel like she doesn't even really care. I'm like, go be happy with your family, with your newborn, with your little girl, with your husband. Now let's get to Portia. Portia's gender reveal party, it's how do I want to put it? It's not what she expected. Portia's there, she's happy. She has this, this wig on that's primarily blue because I guess she thought it was going to be a boy. And there's just like maybe like a fifth or sixth of the wig was actually pink. The rest of it was all blue. But Dennis warned her that you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy about what you see. And it wasn't set up. The main issue was it wasn't set up yet. She was thinking that there's going to be animals and all of that. I'm thinking, what the time frame that she's giving? Yes, you need to have certain permits approved and all of that with the city when you're bringing in livestock and all of that. And I wasn't sure if all of that was going to happen. So I said, okay, the animals, I get it. But I was also thinking, where's the person on stilts? Where's the fire breather? But then I thought about it. I said, are you really going to do that? When do you actually want to do that, timing-wise? The person on stilts can be walking around the whole time. But I guess maybe she thought that it was going to be multiple people, multiple fire breathers. No, for whatever budget they set, it was one fire breather, or maybe like two fire breathers, one person on stilts. The important thing is, by the time people were actually coming, and it looks like they came on time for once, they came on time, and the one time they come on time, stuff isn't ready. So Dennis has to go and talk to the planner, and the planner's just like, I know. It's like, dude, the planner said, I know. Did you know this isn't right? Yes, I know. We'll get it together. We'll fix it. I'm thinking, you need to. The inside was cute. The inside had the food and everything. The inside was cute. And, I don't know what the temperature was out there, but people were saying that it was cold. So I guess they wanted to be inside anyway. While that's going on and everyone's consoling Portia because, of course, she's going to be extra hormonal and just irritated at the fact that we paid all this money for this? For this? Here goes Mike Hill talking to Cynthia, sounding like he wants to put a baby in her. That's exactly how he was talking to her. But at the very least, he wants to put a ring on it. And he's even saying next year. And Cynthia's just looking at him like, huh? He's talking about pull-out game. I'm thinking, what? So now we have the gender reveal. And they get these big, these poppers, whatever you want to call them, and they all have to release at the same time. And everyone's is pink, so it's a girl. Portia's is blue. I said, how did they get Portia though? How did they get Portia though? I don't know if that was done purposely just to be as a joke, but I was laughing. I said, of course. So it's a girl. Portia Jr. It is. I don't think that's the name that they went with, but I think the initials is what they're going to go with at the very bare minimum, because she already had the baby. So big up Portia for that. It's time for Cynthia's event. And I said, ooh, they spent some money on this event. This is a budget. Now, everyone's coming along. You had, what was her name? Yavanna. And she seemed nice and chill. And remember, those drinks don't have too much alcohol in it. So everyone who normally was having an issue because of the alcohol consumption should be good. Which means that her, Shamari, they should all be cool. And even Shamari is like, look, the percentage of alcohol in here, she would have to drink like 6 of these for it to be a problem. I said, okay, 3 drink minimum, it still is. And she was fine. She was fine. And someone made a good point about we don't know the time frames for when all of these events were occurring. So we're kind of looking at her in a situation and not able to base it off of maybe these events happened, within a couple of months. And so it wasn't like she was falling out or anything like that. And I like Shamari kind of remind me of if you know supervillain characters, Poison Ivy, she kind of reminded me of that, but in a great way. And it was funny, well, not funny, but it was interesting how Portia and, Shamia, they both came, and Shamia looked like she was embracing like the Hawaiian garb, and the belly was out, and I said, and she looks great. She looks great. But a lot of the women were wearing similar colors. And when Candy came, because Nene was saying she wasn't sure she was going to come because she felt a certain way about how Cynthia was handling the whole issue with Kenya. But she came, and the look on her face of regret when she saw that Kenya was there, and Kenya ignored her. Kenya paid her absolutely nothing. I can't even say dust. Paid her ether. Nothing. Nothing. Like a void. Next is her butt. And Nene was trying. Cynthia looked genuinely surprised, which had me a little bit confused because I thought we knew this. And so then, of course, Portia's over there to the side like, isn't this a surprise? Did we know that Miss Kenya Bailey was coming along? No, not Bailey, Daly. was coming along. It's like, oh no, he didn't. She's looking. I mean, that dress that she's wearing. It's an interesting get up for, you know, her current situation. I said 3 pregnant women at this event. How cute. But we're gonna keep it moving. Can you look good? So now's the time for her to have Cynthia to have her moment and just to thank everyone for coming. She was like, a lot of them were drinking the drink, so she was like, mission accomplished. Here's the problem. Kenya, being Kenya, took the microphone, wanted to congratulate Cynthia. It was very nice. It was very cute, but I said that is something Kenya would have done if she was on the show either way. But Nene got jealous. Nene got jealous. Nene got hurt. Nene got offended because she was thinking, first of all, so you invite someone who I have a problem with and you don't tell me, and then she goes and does a speech? She does a speech? Really? And then, to make matters worse, in Nene's eyes, you then have Cynthia wanted to go and show Greg some love. Nene's Greg. And Greg wanted to go there. Go up to the stage. And she wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. I don't remember seeing Cynthia's brother before. I knew she had a brother, but I don't remember seeing him before. I said, is he a part of this project? Maybe. But Nene was stopping Greg. And Marlo's like, come on, just have him go down there. But then Marlo switched her tune as soon as Nene was saying why she didn't want that to occur. And Cynthia did whisper to Mike Hill, saying that, oh, I'm supposed to, act like I didn't know Kenya was going to be here. I said, Cynthia knows she's mic'd up. Why would she say that? Unless she was trying to go and be petty. Maybe that's what it was. But they had they had a conga line, and they were having fun. And Nene could have been a part of the festivities if she wanted to. And it didn't feel like a season finale because everyone's end outs were just kind of silly. I'm thinking, really? Really? So Candy goes over to basically console Nene because Nene was in her feelings. And Candy's just like, look, this wasn't done to offend you. You know what? You're a good person. Just coddling Nene. And Nene was like, she appreciated Candy doing that for her. And I'm just thinking, oh, I don't care. I don't care. So then production, that was supposed to be the finale. Production got a call. And I guess they realized, oh, wait a minute. We've got something here. They're having issues? Oh, okay. All the girls are still mic'd up because now we have a new storyline within the last, the 5th hour. And Nene invited Tanya to come with her to talk to Candy and Cynthia. She invited Tanya because she said Tanya's someone who won't go and overtalk and interrupt and potentially make the situation worse. I said, oh, so the girl you were having an issue with prior to, now that you need something from her, she's a good friend. Anyway, it's okay. I like Yavanna. They can add her to the show because she's a hoot. But they get there, and Nene actually walked away while drinks were being ordered because she was upset, and Tanya let me know that Nene's upset. She didn't go and say why, so she learned, okay, let people talk for themselves. Let me not go and step on anyone's toes for that. So the Nene's main issue is she has had issues with Kenya in the past, and how her Kenya's friendship with Cynthia superseded Nene's whenever Kenya was around. And she's like, I am your everyday friend, not your, when the cameras are on or when there's different special occasions. Or essentially, it sounded like Nene was trying to say that Kenya was Cynthia's industry friend. That's what it sounds like to me. And for one, I said, Nene, come on now. We know that's not true. We know that they're friends. But this has always been an issue. And I'm glad that Cynthia stood up for herself. Cynthia was like, hey, you two go back and both of you go back and forth on social media. I don't do that. I don't do that. So I don't understand why you're coming at me a certain way when it's the two of you that have this constant back and forth and squabble. I'm not saying that she's wrong or right or you're wrong or right. I'm saying that I am tired of it. I am done being in the middle of the two of you with this. Let's be very clear. Kenya did not tell me that she was coming. And Candy did confirm that Kenya said that she wasn't sure that she was coming, and that Candy's job was to reach out to Kenya and see if she could have her come. And Kenya only confirmed that she was coming when the party was already started. And so that's why Candy came in late, because Kenya said she didn't want to go in unless Candy came in with her. I guess kind of as a buffer. And to kind of explain why she was there. And I said, I get that. But I do get the fact that Nene's whole stance was, you didn't tell me that there was a possibility. I like the fact that Cynthia stood up for herself again and said, I didn't know for sure that she was coming. I didn't want to go and make things messy by saying, oh, she may or may not come, and then you definitely not come, and then she not come, and then you be upset at the fact that homegirl didn't come anyway. Cynthia wants both her friends around at special moments in her life, and she's at a crossroads because she has one friend who is saying, oh, she doesn't want that to happen. And she has another friend who likes, pettiness and confrontation more than the other. And so then Nene dials back and says, with all the stuff I've been going through, I don't want to lose another person. And so that's when the tears start coming down. And that's when Cynthia, well, she wasn't really crying. That's a metaphor, because she wasn't crying at that point. I do get it. I get that Nene is saying a heads up, even if you didn't know for sure. And I do agree with that if it's someone who I'm not cool with. Like, hey, Kenya may be coming. I did invite her. I don't know for sure. Because she didn't confirm. And she still hasn't. And if Nene wasn't going to be there, that was Nene's choice. And that should have showed you more so about what Nene's priorities are versus as regards to your friendship. So I do agree with that. I also agree with, come on now, we're supposed to be grown. Why are we acting like we're not? So Cynthia, she buckles down and she apologizes that it hurt Nene's feelings that she didn't let her know. And so they had a conversation outside, and she reiterated that. And she's like, we're friends for real. We're not going to lose this friendship because of me not giving you the heads up. That's not what's about to happen. And Nene agreed. And Cynthia hugged her. And I said, oh, Nene is so needy right now because of everything that she's going through. We understand it. But this isn't, even when she wasn't going through that stuff, it was the same story. That's why we're not as sympathetic as we could be. So the reunion's next week. Please like, comment, subscribe. A bunch of shows are off this week. But stay tuned, subscribed, and keep it pushing.